Hi, DIY Jeep jobs, they are never ending. While I was placing my shocks, I noticed that one of the exhaust hangers rusted through and broke off. So don't want to get a new exhaust, so I'm just going to fabricate a new one and weld it into place. This is the rear, and you can see that it's got just a metal piece of metal tube that is welded to the exhaust, and then with the rubber hanger up to a bracket that is bolted to the frame. There should also be one. Let's get in here, and you can see that there is nothing between this part of the exhaust here and this bracket that is also bolted to the frame. So I'm just going to fabricate a new one and weld it in. So I have a new rubber exhaust hanger. I have my 1/4-inch steel rod, which I'm going to bend into shape. And of course, if I'm going to bend it into shape, I'm going to need to heat it up. Goggles, gloves, be careful. Let's get started. Okay, not easy for you guys to see, but this is the start of my new bracket. This is the piece that is going to actually fit through my hanger. And you can see that I've got a little twist at the end, or a little bend at the end, which is to stop the bracket just walking back as the exhaust rattles and does its thing. And then what I'm going to do is I actually just need to take a pen and mark where this bend starts. And I need both hands for that, unfortunately. And then I'll be able to bend this into shape and I'll weld it back onto the exhaust. So after quite a bit of heating and hammering, this is our new bracket. The rubber mount is going to sit here. And of course, we've got our little bend at the end just to stop it from sliding straight out. And then this is going to sit around our exhaust, and then we'll just weld this into place. Let's fit it up and see how it looks. Okay, that's my new bracket in place. All I need to do now is weld it up. I've done a test fit and I've tweaked it a little more, give it a better fit. I now need to just get it in and clean up before I do the welding. I want to make sure I've got clean metal to weld to. Safety glasses, of course. All right, we're all done. I'm going to put the tyre back on, and then actually I'm going to cover something I didn't talk about, which was my welder. All right, I talk a lot about being DIY Jeep jobs, the things that people can do by themselves in their own garage, most likely with the tools they've got. Welding, okay, maybe not so much. Maybe you don't have access to a welder, but if you are just a weekend welder like I am, let me show you what I've got. I have this. This is a Welder Flux 135 Pro. When When I started welding many years ago, they were a lot bigger than this, gas bottles, all sorts. This is just a handy weekend welder. It's a little beat up, it's a little dusty, doesn't get used as much. You can pick this up for 120 bucks maybe. I'll drop the link in the comments. But if you are just wanting to get into welding, you could do worse than get one of these. I think you can actually even get it with the automatic helmet now. I bought that separately. It's great. You know, welding's a lot of fun. You'd be amazed what you can do with a few bits of rebar. People, you know, have fun doing it. But in my case, or maybe your case, if you want to do some welding on your Jeep, as I said, you could do a lot worse than get one of these. I'll drop the link in the comments, as I said, but it's a great piece of kit, I think.